Hey guys, fuck. I'm like, I didn't want to do a landscape, but it's happening, and so I just have to kind of figure out how the fuck to put you all shit. Okay, hold on, because I'm like, this is like a makeshift freaking thing. By the way, you're gonna hear everybody in the background because I asked them nicely to chill out, but you know, you can't get everything perfect. How am I gonna do this? That is so interesting. All right, guys, I'm gonna put you down for a second because you're on my tablet. Maybe it's gonna hold, but I don't know. It seems a little cray. Let me see. I'm gonna go live on Instagram too, so let's see. Hey guys! Hi! Alright, I don't know where any of you are right now. Like, okay, so I had shit. This is not how I wanted to do it, but what am I gonna do? Do I go grab the stand right now? Alright, fuck it. I don't know. Somehow we're just going to... I want to know if I can fucking blend the two like this. Oh! Excitement! Okay, this is kind of cool because you guys are closer together now. I'm still going a lot. Okay, alright. I think we're getting it together. Hey, Gabs! Oh, I love you, girl. Okay, tell me if, like, because I think... So I have both on landscape. Tell me if Instagram needs to go portrait. Like, if you guys can see me okay. And if not, then maybe, like, turn your phones. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this. But, you know, it's going to be makeshift up until we get it together in my life. Okay. I am so happy, though, to be on because of the fact that I literally was not going to. And then I was like, no, I need to show up for my people today. And I was like, I need to show up for myself. And, like, I didn't feel like going live. But then, you know, you listen to music and you're like, okay, I feel like it. Okay, so I've decided that this time around, and by the way, if I'm not looking down at the cam, like, in terms of, like, the commentary, don't feel ignored. I just can't do two things at once. So, but, you know, thank you for joining, by the way, and happy November 1st. I feel a little all over the place, but it's because technology is not my thing, but I hopefully everything, I'll try not to move everything. What was I going to say? Yeah, so what was I going to say? Happy November 1st. I don't know if I just said that. That's how crazy I am. Oh, crazy good. Okay, so yeah, happy November 1st. I just want to let you know that I have my readings available now, my Feng Shui, my full-fledged, pretty much, divine Feng Shui readings, for $144 available, through, if you just like, I was gonna say PayPal. Yeah, it is PayPal, sorry. I was gonna say pen pal. PayPal me or Venmo me at tinabina01@gmail.com. But yeah, like and by the way, this is all going to be in the description box on YouTube. So just in case you don't see it on Insta, it's because everything pretty much is explained to you on YouTube. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I've decided to go and do a basic, like, so these readings are taking a bit too long, but it was fine for me. I just didn't know how you guys felt about it. And I felt like, you know, honestly, the attention span of people nowadays are like 20 fucking minutes, I feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 20 minutes, you know, make it quick and, you know, call it a day. So for me, I wanted to show you, obviously, like how I feel like I have a hair. Get it off of me. I wanted to show you how my Feng Shui readings kind of went, right? So, like, that's what I wanted to basically show you and see and, you know, kind of give you a feel for how it goes down. But also, I just wanted to mention that my last week's reading may have been blocked by somebody because I think I was playing music and I wasn't supposed to, like, I'm not allowed to for copyright purposes or whatever. So basically, you may or may not have been able to watch that. Somebody had notified me, and yo, I'm gonna get you here. I'm gonna get you. I can't even. It's like, is it spirit or is it like hair? Jesus. Okay. What was I gonna say? Okay. So, long story short, yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that you may or may not have been able to see that last video, but you know, may you have watched it already, you know? Okay. So what we're gonna do is thank you guys so much for the hearts and signing on. I do see the hearts. It's definitely turned for me. So I know I'm personally not in the right direction with this whole Instagram thing, but again, turn your phones. Maybe that'll help. I have no fucking idea. It's just how it's gonna have to be for right now. And by the way, I think Instagram only can videotape me for like 20 minutes. And then it cuts out. So make sure to just basically, I'll see how I feel. I may come back on or I may hop off. What the fuck? Oh my God, crazy. Noises outside, but what was it? I'm just wondering if it's like my music and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So, alright, it's not my music, but, I think it's somebody outside. I don't know. So, what was I gonna say? So, blah, 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 blah. I was gonna say that I'm gonna go by feeling, right? So everything is intuition with me. So if I feel like coming back onto Instagram, I will. If not, then fuck it. Go find me on YouTube. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to juggle and talk or whatever and do all that stuff. That entire shebang shindig type of thing. Okay, so now that is all out of the way, I have shuffled. We're dealing with two decks. One big deck, one small deck. That's how I'm going to refer to them as. And the small deck is already shuffled. That is my divine feminine deck, and this is my divine masculine deck, my big deck. So my big D. What was I gonna say? So, and I'm the spiritual feng shui medium, like in between. So I will be delivering. Okay. All right. So let me just see. Is it for my highest and best good to shuffle these cards right now in terms of what I need from them? No. Okay. Yeah, I know how to put them down. All right. Sometimes, guys, I have to. Oh, thanks, Noel. Awesome. Again, you might hear fucking, like, alerts, too, on my phone. I don't know what you can hear, what you can't hear. I have no idea what's being offered here. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the fucking reading. So, again, I'm going to choose two. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that cool, 18? Yeah, that's how I feel. Okay. So the first card, I'm going to choose 4 foundational cards, okay, that pretty much cover all of the areas of the bagua. We're just doing 4 foundational cards, and I think this is how I'm going to end up doing them from now on, just to make it a little quicker. So the first one, we're just gonna dive right in, guys. So the first one is your health card. So this upcoming week, your health. Now, this is a new card deck for me, and so I just kind of go by the artwork, and I interpret the artwork. What's coming to me now is that the karma is coming back around. You're doing like a really amazing 180 in your health. Like, so all the things that you feel as if you haven't done already and you've always wanted to do, like let's say you wanted to start like a lifestyle of like being vegan or vegetarian or whatever the case may be, you're finally coming around to it and you're feeling fucking great, okay? So anything like that, like anything that was like on the back burner in your health, like you're doing a complete 180 in it and you're feeling so freaking like this is a, full circle, right? So it's kind of like you might have been here and now you're here, right? Like, so you're just kind of completing the wholesome circle. You'll feel really, yeah. And what I'm getting, it's so interesting. I knew it too. Looking at the, I forgot what we call this, but I call them like in my head, they're bricks. So the bricks are very well balanced. It's like you have everything placed exactly as you want to. And what I'm getting is you're even going to something like along the lines of like even something so sacredly simple as setting up a little area for your like nutrition. Like you're going to get that down pat, like how you like it, how you want it, how you visualized it. That's all going to happen basically like for you this week. So you're going to concentrate on that. And so if we're talking about like specific days, that would be probably around like Wednesday, like I want to say Wednesday, so either Tuesday or Thursday. So like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if we're gonna get specific about the days. Do I do the first card? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. First cards. Okay, so we're doing the yin cards. And so this is also, so this is the yin energy. This is the feminine energy. This is how you're going to nurture yourself, how you're going to love yourself this week, and just how you're going to just take better care of yourself. So if you can think, I'm like, that was so inspired. I can't even tell you because that's not come from me. I laugh at this shit. So like my whole thing is like, you know, like when you're dating, I felt like Cardi B just now for some reason. I was like, you know, okay, so you know when you're like dating somebody and they have their arms around you and you feel safe, like you're going to be doing something along. So I'm talking about like this entire reading right now in terms of the feminine is exactly what's going to kind of make you, we're going for that feel, right? Like basically being safe and snugged and, you know, just like secure and all that good stuff. Yeah. Taken care of. Well taken freaking care of. So that's how you're going to do it for your health. Are we moving on? Yes, we are. All right. So the financial wealth is the number 2. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention the card number. The card number is 30 here. So there is a lot of expansion too going on, which actually makes a lot of sense because with the circle, you can freaking expand on whatever the freak it is that you want, you know? For your financial wealth, we have number 32. And that's amazing because I also feel as though this is a very awesome card to play off of this, which is like, not only are you feeling freaking great in your health. Oh, see, it's funny. I see 2 people here too now with the two heads. I don't know if you guys can see that. By the way, I'm gonna try to hold it back because I feel like I'm ignoring YouTube, but you know, we're doing both here. So give me a second to get it together, you know? Not even a second, maybe a couple months, fuck it, I don't know. So yeah, so maybe 2 people are at work here, like in terms of either you or spirit or, you know, just you being, you know, you meeting a person who's on the same wavelength as you in terms of, you know, your health and nutrition, or you might meet somebody at the gym or something along those lines, right? Now, this is really exciting because for the financial wealth, it's like you guys like, so this may just be a friend or whatever, of a new friend, or this may even be doubling up on yourself. Like you're doubling up on your self-love to be like, yo, it's you and me together. You know what I'm saying? But this, this is such a beautiful card. What am I getting from this? That 2 people, obviously there's 2 people in here. But they're like literally kind of, on the same like sexy like financial path. So whether you're whether you're not there yet and you kind of just visualize yourself to be like, you may just meet another person that is basically on your wavelength and possibly already there, right? Like in terms of like, let's say you want more money in your life, financial wealth, or like, you know what you want out of financial wealth in order to kind of harmonize it and balance it out for yourself. It's like you may just meet another person that really is either like a mentor to you, or I mean, I'm definitely like seeing like this would be like kind of like a sugar daddy, like it is, but not really, guys, so calm down. Like more so like it's like a sugar daddy in a sense of like, okay, you meet a person that's more wise than you, that might be older, that might be, and again, don't like interpret this as like female and male. Just interpret this as more so like having those, energies or elements, right? So you may, this bigger person, like you, or it may be swapped. You could be the smaller person, you could be the bigger person, or vice versa, right? If that made any sense. But basically you're going to be mentoring somebody, or somebody's going to be mentoring you in terms of how you like literally are just, like either, what's the word I'm looking for, like portraying like the knowledge, like sharing the knowledge that you are really strong at. You'll be kind of sharing that with somebody else, right? So again, that's your financial wealth. And, the whole thing is, in case this doesn't happen to you, I'm like, whipping it out. In case this doesn't happen to you guys, you literally, like, allow this to be an inspirational to reach out to somebody that you feel that you can kind of help with the knowledge of strength that you have. Let's say you're really good at whatever it is, organizing money, right? Let's say you're like a really good bookkeeper, but you may just not be so good at some other fucking financial shit. It doesn't matter. It's like, do yourself a favor and do somebody else the favor too. Like, be of service to somebody else and reach out to them, or if they reach out to you, say yes. But basically, like, kind of show up for somebody in a financial aspect of, in a financial wealth type of way, right? Where it's like, teach them what you know, what you're good at, what's been working for you, right? And don't hold back on it, because again, knowledge needs to be shared. This is why I love knowledge, and I love sharing, and I love reading, and it's like the recycle effect. It's like a full circle effect. I love it. So, and you're going to feel amazing too, because only win-win situations happen from there. You expand somebody's mind. Again, going back to the health, it might be expanded. So you'll be expanding, somebody's mind, but you're going to be also expanding your own heart, which is freaking beautiful. And then some, right? Like, you're just going to be just full-blown expansive. I laid down 1, 2, is this 3? Yeah. Is this 3? Is this 3? Yeah, this is 3. Okay. All right, are we moving on to the next one? Okay, they want me to tell you that also there's a solid foundation here too. I know I say that all the time. It's like one of my favorite words, like foundation, foundation, foundation. But that's because I love that shit. Like, that needs to be so deep into the ground so that you can really kind of elevate yourself to higher heights and still be strong in terms of not swaying, right? Or you can sway, but you're never going to jump out of your foundation because you're fucking concreted into that shit. Like, there is no moving you from that light space, right? So, light and love, amen. Light and love space. So, what I'm getting is, it's like, yeah, you're like pretty foundational, but there's also like these like 2 bricks, or 2 bricks on top and then 1 brick at the bottom that really can kind of, come together. So just make sure that whatever type of imperfection you may have in terms of your financial wealth, seek out some more knowledge for that in order to kind of blend the gap, right? And help somebody else. Like, I feel like this could be you on the bottom, and then this is another person. So, blend, like, basically, yeah, like, try to blend your gap by also blending somebody else's. So blending your gap is like a one-time thing. Like, I just feel like you're out to kind of heal yourself and blend that gap, but then it's kind of like double comes from it, right? So it's like you think you're healing yourself in one way, but like it's a win-win, but then plus a bigger win, which is the winning for both you and that other person. It's like a 3 times the win, guys. Damn, it's amazing. Okay. So that was number 32, and that's actually a lot of change too. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 is a lot of positive change. So, and again, you may just, this may be just fully blunt. Like, you may just meet a person that, like, literally just takes care of you in a financial way, and you're like so grateful for it. And I really do feel that, actually, because there's just somebody that, like, this feeling is more so like you're kind of letting yourself receive. Like, okay, I'm going to receive this, even though I've been working so fucking hard on my own, but it's just like, okay, I'm really now just like disarming myself and just letting me just kind of come back to receiving, right? Which is, again, feminine energy. Ah, my foot is falling asleep. Woohoo! Okay. So, moving on to the next one, which is real relationships. Yes, one of my favorite freaking categories. Okay. So the number here is 64. And it's like so funny. Right away I'm seeing I know this is crazy. So, you know how like I don't even know what they're called. Ancestors. Okay, so if you can see that face right there, excuse me. If you can see that face right there, that's what I saw just now, which is kind of like the face that you would see on the Indian posts. You know what I'm saying? Or like a tiki face, right? So I don't know what that is there, but I just feel like that is being interpreted right now in terms of, oh, okay, what I'm getting is protection. So you're protected. You're definitely protected in terms of like somebody, like angels are obviously watching over you in terms of like if you're wanting to go out on a date or whatever and this person's brand spanking new, like just make sure you take the precautionary whatever you got to do, right? Like in terms of letting people know like where you're going to be and stuff. But like, I mean, this goes again to the feminine energies. But again, not like just females. Just know that. Just take like safety measures, but also just know that you're protected. So whether or not you want to kind of be on the yin or the yang, it's like you're protected. And actually, what I'm hearing is divinely guided in terms of your. There may just be a feeling where you want to kind of talk to somebody in terms of real relationships, whether it be a phone call. Actually, that's what I'm saying. It's like a phone call or like somebody kind of like if you see somebody like in a coffee shop, you're like standing online and you're just like waiting, but you're kind of just wanting to like talk to this person in front of you or in back of you or whatever on either side of you. It's like just, you know, go with that initial instinct, that intuition. Again, so this feminine card spread right now is about intuition. The big card deck, the big D, is going to be your instincts, right? So it's the same. It's just, I was going to say negative and positive, but it's not really negative and positive. It's all the same. It's like, you know, blessings versus lessons, I guess, right? Which is all big blessings. Like it's not a, you know, it's like the negative's never that negative, right? To not be a blessing. That's what I'm trying to say. So what else do I have to say with this? I'm getting don't be negative. So yeah, don't be negative. This is actually hilarious because this actually looks like a really negative card, right? With all this black, it looks like it's negatives in terms of like if you're gonna take, you know, one of those negatives from when you the old school photos. You know what I'm saying? It looks like these are all a bit negative. So, but it's not. It's like there's light on the in between, which is amazing. Also, what I'm getting is. I know this sounds really general, but again, it's like blessing in disguise. So just know that if something goes wrong, it's actually really going right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, like steer your own card, make sure that you are being the positive one in all of your relationships, right? Because actually when you do that, you're gifting that energy to the other person in terms of a permission to be like, okay, I know I'm seeing what you're seeing right now, but I'm choosing to also be on the higher ground. So I'm taking the high road. Like this can't get me down, and it's not gonna get you down either. So you might as well just like lift. You know what I'm saying? And so 64 also, it might be something. Yeah, 18. Thank you. They're telling me Nintendo 64. So maybe you might just want to have like a play date and have a Nintendo 64 type of play date. That would be freaking awesome. Because that's what just came to mind. But again, it's because of the 64. Are we done with this card? Yeah, we are. Okay. So, the next one is business. Yes. The next one and the last one in business. Okay. So, the card number is 28. Wow. It's like, this is a cool card. I like this card. Okay. Here's there's like so many depictions that I'm seeing from this. Okay. So this wasn't the first one, but this is probably the second one. Is like it reminds me of a carrot. So whatever you're growing, it's just like ready to be plucked. Okay. What I'm also seeing is a man, which is kind of like oh, I never even thought of doing that. Okay, interesting. Um, what I'm seeing is a man, but what I'm seeing is okay, so business. You're either dealing with somebody that I mean, okay, this guy, granted, he looks really fucking like vindictive, like really fucking creepy looking. And we're way past Halloween. Not really, but you know what I mean. So my whole thing is so but you know shadows are obviously like they could just show that they're being like it's a person, right? Like you're just making like you want me to say person, I'm seeing a person. Now the whole thing is that, oh, interesting. Okay, so this man, even though he's in business, he wears his heart on his sleeve is what I'm getting, right? Or it could be the opposite, which is he's been jaded, okay, because due to business. And I don't know if this is you feeling it, but what I feel like it is just somebody else coming at you and feeling a little bit jaded, and insecure and maybe like kind of down, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm only looking at the black part here, guys. So like that's I didn't even think about maybe possibly looking at, you know, like the white aspect of it. You know how you can see the pictures in two different ways? I'm going to actually try doing that, but that also takes time for me to like refocus my eyes in on it. Interesting. It's kind of like he's also walking this like fine line. Like you like so the scenario that I'm getting here is like you may be in business or this other person may be in business where it's like but this is all about you, so I'm thinking that it's you, but it also could be somebody coming at you in business, right? Where it's like, okay, you may not know if you want to work with this person. You may not know how to even draw these lines in terms of like, okay, you can kind of foresee like what's going on here, but you don't actually know if you're going to be right. Like you kind of want a, like what's it called? Like a more like logical explanation to your, you know, intuition, but you may not get it. So you're kind of like teetering, like, should I take this guy or person on as a client? Even they look like a little bit shady. But the whole thing is, and what's coming to me is like, if you guys have ever seen the movie Princess and the Frog, it's like the Shadow Man, right? So this is maybe, I mean, it really could be. Maybe it's like a shadow man in a good sense coming at you, teaching you a lesson of what needs to be learned in this lifetime in regards to business, right? What else am I getting? What else am I getting? So yeah, so either so you're just trying to figure out, like, you know, maybe it's even just solid boundaries, right? Like, where are you going to draw the line? Maybe you're feeling this way in terms of you're not having fun, or you feel too rigid because it's like a box. You don't feel like yourself. You don't feel fluid, and you want to feel more fluid. You want to feel more in your feminine, right? So maybe this is why it's looking all so shady, because it's a more masculine type of look, right? And you're just kind of wanting to feel more feminine. So maybe this week, go with your feelings and try to kind of add more feminine aspects to your business so that you feel less rigidity, and you feel as if, like, you know, you are drawing these healthy boundaries. So again, like, think of the balance, right? Like, women are very giving, so women actually need to draw more boundaries than males. Males are, I'm not to say that they're not giving, it's just that we are just naturally just over givers, right? So we need to draw lines a lot, right? So it just makes sense that this kind of showed up in the feminine aspect of life. But the whole thing is, like, everybody needs to draw lines, but the whole thing is, you know, females really need to learn to do that so that they can be better in business. So maybe that's why this card showed up, is to be better in business, to draw some lines for yourself, to be like, dude, this can't happen anymore because I don't like this feeling, right? And so again, feelings aren't logical, but you need to take the logical steps in order to kind of let everybody know how they can, you know, how they're going to start treating you, because because you're going to start treating yourself differently, right? And the whole thing is, you can't also, what I'm getting is like forgiveness. Like, self-forgiveness is huge in this aspect, because sometimes you know, a lot of us are thinking like, oh man, I should have drawn these lines like earlier. I should have known about this earlier. It's like, it's not even knowing about earlier. It's because you didn't know about how you had to draw these lines or why you had to draw these lines or if that you were going to draw these lines. You had no idea. You were just experiencing life. And life what basically came at you showing you that, okay, here's the time, the divine timing to draw these lines now for yourself so that you can kind of, you know, move forward and do well, do better for yourself, do well for yourself. Amen. All that good stuff. Do I grab another card for any of the themes? Okay, no, I'm getting no. All right. So, thanks guys for just, you know, keeping with, yo. All right. So, is that all I have to say for that one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So don't just self-forgiveness, man. Don't even worry about that shit actually, because of the fact that it's like just relax into knowing that you learn stuff in divine timing when you're supposed to learn it. There's never, you know, a, you know, shorter amount of time to that path. There's always just an accuracy to that path. Amen to that. Yes, I love that. I love it. Okay. Yeah, what I was just getting to is let go. Okay. So let me just concentrate on for a second for this divine masculine type of spread. All right, so 18, we need 4 cards that are of the highest and best for this upcoming week that correlate to the 4 categories that I have placed in front of me. And that also support the feminine energies. Thank you, because that's what tends to happen. Do I stop shuffling cards right here right now? Nice. Okay. Okay, cool. Sometimes I have to silence myself up to kind of listen. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, going back to the health. Let me just see where the heck I'm going to put these freaking cards. These freaking... here we go. Okay. Let me just take a sip too, guys. I'm sorry that I'm doing this, but... hold on. Yes. Okay. All right. So the first one is health. The number, is 21. Self-acceptance. To be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself. Once you accept who you are, you don't have to struggle to be someone you're not. You are truly free to fully explore the talents and special gifts that you were born with. Use these special gifts and skills in service of other people and the world. Your purpose in life can only be flourished by your self-acceptance. Okay, huge. All right, so this health card, I mean, okay, this is all kind of pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just going to play off of like what I'm getting also so that you can kind of have extra like perspective and views on things. So self-acceptance actually is pretty huge. And it's funny that we were just talking about boundaries, which is like a health, it correlates to health, right? So again, we're making a full circle back. It's crazy. So boundaries are being put up, right, in the business aspect. But a business aspect, remember, is an extension of you. So going back to health, your self-love, okay, it needs to be there this week, which is going to basically, and it needs to be there all the time, but the self-love, the self-acceptance rather, is going to be something that is being focused on, right? So, and it's funny because the way that when I was reading it, I felt as if it was more masculine. Like this is something that you're really going to wholesomely take a hold of this week, where you're just like, you're feeling more masculine about accepting yourself. Like being like, okay, now, like, I don't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks. I don't give a fuck about what anybody else has to say, think, feel, be, do, have about me. Okay, it's like one of those things, like, literally, I don't give a fuck. But now it's coming full circle into fully accepting who you are, so that you can lay these boundaries down with yourself too. Because I was actually just talking, and this is interesting, I was just talking to my grandma today, and we were talking about limitations, right? So people don't like to put boundaries up because they think it's a limitation of sorts. Like, oh, I like to be free flowing. It's like, yeah, I'm a freaking feng shui consultant and I'm free flowing, but I also am very strict with my boundaries. Like, kind of so much so where kind of like it hurts people, but it only hurts people because they've never really like I have a problem communicating because I come from like this, European family that just wants to get it, like just wants to like deliver it to you and like enough is enough. But the whole thing is, I know that I have to stick to my boundaries too because energetically I am a feminine female, whatever energy, right? In this life, and I know what I can handle and I know what I can't. But the whole thing is when you put your boundaries up, right? I was telling, like, so Grandma and I were having a chat, and she was saying how, a person really needs to know. We were talking about eating. We were actually nurturing ourselves, so that's funny. But, I mean, not funny because we're way past the feminine, way past the feminine reading, but still correlates, right? So long story short, we were just talking about, like, her and I, like, she eats very little, and she's like, I just like to draw the line, like, I like to know my limits, like, I like to eat, at my limit and call it a day, right? And I'm like, yeah, Grandma, that's true, but people don't realize that when you draw lines and you put limitations down, that actually gives you such a freedom, okay, for people to know how you work, and for people to be invited into your world, and for people to literally, like, sometimes the people don't want to be forceful about it. Like, I think that's what it is. Like, people don't want to be, like, mean because they rather be kind. Because, mean is, like, thoughtless, right? Like, in terms of, like, and people think that if you're, like, mean or rigid or something like that, like, you're gonna, like, lose a lot of friends. And it's, like, that's not the truth. It's, like, actually people will respect you a lot more. And the people that can't handle your boundaries are actually meant to go because of the fact that, they're obviously users, right? So it's like the people that will feel you out and be like, whoa, I really didn't know I was doing that to you. I'm really sorry. They're going to stick around because it's like, okay, they really didn't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's always that room for betterment. So the whole thing is the self-acceptance, right? Can be a boundary. People don't realize that. And actually, I haven't realized that either until I'm speaking it out loud. So self-acceptance is a boundary where you're actually accepting yourself for what you do, what you don't do, your strengths, your weaknesses, wholesomeness, okay? Which is, again, fucking huge, okay? Wholesomeness. I mean, self-acceptance and wholesomeness. So imagine feeling this deep inside of you, the wholesomeness, it's only going to be empowered in your masculine. I mean, that's fucking huge. Is there anything else I have to talk about this card? Like, that I have to bring up with this card? Ooh, I love it. It says truly free is what's popping out at me. So again, we're talking about freedom. So accepting yourself. And also when it comes down to, like, let's say bullying, right? Bullying, again, alerts. Okay, so just ignore that. But bullying, when it comes down to it, it comes down to the aspect of just if you're able to self-accept yourself in terms of, and bullying literally happens everywhere. It starts at home, and that's for fucking damn sure. And it definitely goes, like, out and it ripples out into the world, right? So this is why we really have to be kind to one another in our own family households, because I don't care how well you think you know a person, everybody deserves fucking kindness and respect. And that's, like, bottom line, you know what I'm saying? And also, so a lot of that comes with thoughtfulness. So you still need to be thoughtful when it comes to your family members to then create that masculine and feminine and be okay in that balance, right? Like, because you can joke around and you can, like, shit talk or whatever, and that's fine. Like, that lighthearted shit is okay. But, like, you can't really, what am I trying to say here? You can't really just, like, keep stabbing a person over and over and over and, like, and say it's tough love and then fucking expect them to live a better life with you and to treat you, better in return. It's like, you can't do that shit. Like, you have to, there's a give and receive, or take and give. It's like one of those things. So again, self-acceptance, and I don't know if I actually finished that entire idea up, but it's like, the more you can self-accept yourself and somebody comes at you in terms of a bullying, like, oh, you're really bad at this. It's like, yeah, I already fucking knew that. Tell me something different. Like, tell me something I didn't know. then people are going to be like, oh shit, like that's that, like I thought I was going to hurt you by telling you that. And it's just like, no, I'm not hurt by the truth because I already know my own truth, right? So again, true freedom in your wholesomeness is coming this week, which is in your health factor, which is like huge. Are we moving on? Yes. Okay. Number 2, financial wealth. Oh, happiness! Yes! Who doesn't love to hear that shit? Okay. So, happiness, the number 27 is enlightenment. This was also, oh, that's interesting. Just going back here for one more second. 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 0 is 3. So, again, they're really coming out fine. I just like comparing them and on the in-between because it's kind of fun. Okay. So, happiness. It says, and this is for your, what was it? Oh, financial wealth. Okay. It says, the very purpose of our life is to seek happiness. And that was a quote by Dalai Lama. And the other quote was by Thich Nhat Hanh. Okay. So it says, happiness can only be experienced when the mind is quiet and the heart is open to make pure connections with your own true self, other people, and the world around you. This kind of happiness is only attainable by your sincere values of serving, giving, sharing, and creating for mankind's higher evolution. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm excited. All right. So, happiness when it comes to the masculine on your financial wealth. Okay. Now it's all making, because now it's like, okay, the wholesomeness is coming together in terms of both cards. So, okay. So here's where the happiness comes in this week. You're going to be making a lot of fucking money somehow, some way, in your own way, in your own style. Amen, amen, amen. I love it. Now, the way that is going to be, this is the beautiful part. So you're going to have this happiness in your financial wealth, and you're going to really be giving to somebody. Get it? Feminine giving. You're going to be giving somebody something far beautiful, and I feel as if this is like a dream come true. Like these 3 dots are creativity, expansion, and I just feel as though, yeah, that's what's going on there. So you're going to be giving somebody something that you feel is very well deserved, or that you've had in mind for a long time to kind of help this person out with. And what I'm seeing is, and I don't know if this relates back to me, but I think what I'm seeing is like college students. So I don't know if that's something that you feel like you could be a really good mentor of in terms of financial wealth, that you're going to be helping them in a sense. I know that whenever I'm asking for like donations, or whenever I'm making money in the ways that I decide to make it, I literally think about and it's funny, I was thinking about this earlier today, but I didn't think I was going to share it on here. But now that I'm sharing it, I will share it. I know that a lot of people like say that they're going to reinvest back into their channel, and I'm like, oh, that's really great, and I will too, but only half of what I'm going to be kind of creating. Holy shit, that scared me. Okay. Half of what I'm basically or a percentage, put it that way, a percentage of what I'm going to be making, so that basically I can help the kids that grow out of the adoption or orphan system. They call it, what do they call it when you grow out of it? And I forgot what it is. Damn, it's something along the, like, it's not coming to me. Sorry, because I'm not trying to even think about this right now. But basically, like, this is not a thinking state here. So what I'm trying to say is, like, this is like an allowing state, like a receiving, channeling state. So when I'm like putting myself here, it's kind of like from my experiences in the past, but not of like my own future stuff, if that makes any sense. So I didn't want to throw that into the mix, but basically it's like, I know that for myself, I'm going to be putting a percentage of what I make towards, orphaned kids that are growing out of the system, which is a little fucked up because, you only imagine, like, you have no family, you don't know who your family is, and maybe they have some, but I think of, like, the worst case scenario, and I'm like, holy shit, I gotta help these people. And not only that, but I really want to create their spaces in order for them to feel cozy and safe and more, like as if somebody cares. So like the feminine aspect I want to bring to the orphaned kids that really grow out of the system, that like, are on their own and they don't know what the fuck they're doing because they don't feel loved. And I've been there where I don't feel loved. Amen. I mean, not amen, but like amen to the aspect that I can relate, but also in the sense of, I having somebody show up for you like that, giving a shit, is just beautiful, so that you can kind of like get yourself into gear faster. Like I like setting up little altars. I like setting up little, just like systems, that successful systems that'll help a person kind of like, flow better with their life, right? So if you can come to a cozy, centering space, of which to call your own, even if you're alone in this world, that's better than having nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Or not having anybody come through for you at all. So that's my intention, is to kind of help those that are growing out of the system. I mean, that's basically, so when you donate, thank you, because I'm going to be, I definitely, that's one thing that I'm definitely going to be helping with, because I just like relate all too deeply with it. And they're really our future. They're the game changers. They think that people have forgotten about them. They think that, that they were just kind of like dismissed as a people, and it's like we gotta rebalance that back into, that's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, I'm getting chills. Thank you, 18. That's definitely the truth. Like that's my truth in terms of how I'm gonna help. So yeah, so when it comes down to it, you might have this dream that you're going to be feeding. And again, this is interesting. The feminine aspect of yourself is dreaming, right? So it makes so much sense that this is both you and you in your masculine and feminine. It's like they're coming together and they're harmoniously like jiving, because now you're so happy in making money, which is, making money is masculine, right? And then now you're kind of coming together, because now you're allowing the money that you make to kind of feed your dreams, which is literally what I fucking want to help people with too. And that's why I'm always coming on, hopefully, like going to be coming on more often. But like, this is why I come on, to kind of help people, believe in their own dreams, and also just empower, transmit that empowering energy, so that you go after yours, because mine means so much to me. I mean, look at this, like, dangle, 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 So yeah, so I'm definitely a dream catcher, that's for sure. What was I gonna say? So are we moving on? Yes. All right. So that is beautiful for your financial wealth. Moving on to the real relationships. Yes. Oh, nice. Okay. So here comes the pure concentration on your real relationships. Now, here I'm feeling, without even like reading the card, I feel as if, excuse me, because I feel like I'm going to have to like release something. Okay. So I feel as if you're over it. Like, you're over all of the relationships that are not working out for you, okay? You're over the aspect of, and I know myself too, I'm over like the, I'm going to start off by saying like the aspect of, the small talk and shit, like that's just like, you're just over it. So like whatever type of relationship you have, in terms of it's just purely small talk, you're going to have the masculine ability to have this pure concentration to just fucking cut shit off, okay? And again, we're in Scorpio energy nowadays, so it's like, this is what Scorpio is all about. I'm a Scorpio rising, which means that I do this very, very fucking justifyingly easy, okay? And it's not to be an asshole, it's just basically to show people that if you're treating me the way that you're treating me, A, it's not allowed, but also B, it's not allowed to treat other people that way, right? So it's kind of like there's a double learning curve there. So, and when I like slash, or when I like, like place the sword in the ground, like it's done. That's how it's going to be, and it's how it's going to be, because it doesn't just create happiness for me, it creates happiness for both people. And sometimes, guys, I don't even know why I'm doing it. I just feel that it needs to be done and I do it. And I just don't question it, right? So a lot of people think that they, again, logic. Like, so you might even actually, talking about the masculine, they might need a little logic there in terms of, or you might need a little logic there. I'm not saying they or, whatever. You know what I'm up there. But like, what I'm saying here is like, maybe you'll be thinking about something so much, like in terms of giving it the pure concentration that it needs to then whip out the protection, right? Your feminine protection of yourself. So you're going to be concentrating, on just thinking, I feel a lot about, and again, this is like a blue card. So it's kind of like you're all up in your head. You're all up in your, like expressions even, to kind of, just feel into a situation to be like, okay, what needs to be cut out, right? So that's what you're going to be concentrating on in terms of your in terms of making your relationships more real, right? Let me go into reading it. Do I go into reading it? No, I'm okay. Hold on, there's something else coming through then. Got it. Okay, so purity. This is to create more pure energy in your life, right? Because the reason why we would get frustrated and the reason why we would feel like unhappy, okay, at any given situation is because you're not living your life in a clean way, right? And clean, by me, like, okay, so what I want to say is like my interpretation of clean is to keep things fucking associated with what the fuck they need to be associated with, okay? So that sounds so crazy, but that's literally what it is. So my whole thing is, when it comes down to it, so let's talk about organization, right? Pure concentration. You create a label with pure concentration, you give the label a name. You then fucking place the label onto a box and you say, this label is for this box, and the label tells you exactly what the fuck goes into that box and nothing else, right? Just that motherfucking label goes into that motherfucking box, and you're gonna keep it that clean. Okay, so that's how I correlate cleanliness. It doesn't have to, I mean, I like keeping my shit nice and clean too, and tidy or whatever, but like, if you can do that, you're definitely gonna get cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, and see, because you're gonna be opening your mind up to what is more important in terms of like broadening, like, when you become a minimalist and you're like, oh my god, your eyes are just like, your life is so open to this way of life because it has expanded you on like so many different levels. So like you're just like, whoa, like this is a benefit of it, this is a benefit of it. So once you start like basically like living your life clean in just one way and sticking to it, you're gonna be like, yo, I feel great, let me try something else, let me experiment with something else to keep it clean and to like really feel good about that too. So when I do that, I feel fucking great. And a lot of people don't think about that kind of shit. They're like, oh, it's too much work. And it's like, no, it's work for you. It's a one-time fucking investment. You invest your effort into making that one decision. Again, pure concentration. So you invest your time in making that one decision. You invest your time in making that one act of creating a label, let's say, and then putting it on the box, and you're done. So you can think, your mind can think, oh, it's so much work. But it's like, dude, just do the fucking work and stick to your fucking, results right afterwards. Maintain that shit and you're good. There's no more work to do. You're just kind of like, you get to be lazy after at that point, right? So when it comes to pure concentration, I mean, that definitely all correlates with, what was I just seeing there? That was so interesting. Okay, it'll come back to me. Yeah, it's basically just sticking to, being clean, right? So again, like cut some shit up, cut some shit up in your life this upcoming week, and make sure that you stick to it once you do, because it's not like you're gonna, once you chop through something, you cannot put it back. Like, you can't glue that shit back. Like, you gotta stick to that, right? Like, it cannot be the same way it was before, right? So just make sure that you're following your intuition on it, so that you can literally tell yourself that, and show yourself that you care about yourself, right? So it's all about self-love. And then self-love, people think it's selfish, but self-love is actually more so, again, it's a win-win situation. You take care of yourself, that other person will be taken care of as you take care of yourself, because you will be an example to them on how to live your life courageously, boldly, and just fucking do it, so that you can be happier and exude that happiness onto these other people, right? So that may not see it as happiness right then and there, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but it is. Okay. So let's read about pure concentration. Pure concentration is love, by the way. I'm just going to add that in there. Thought is energy. Active thought is active energy. Concentrated thought is concentrated energy. Thought concentrated on a definite purpose becomes power. Oh, nice. Empowering. Fuck yeah. Okay. So it says, awareness comes from the purity of concentration. This enables you to honor the rising and falling of things without getting caught in the downward spiral of destructive emotions. Consciously focus on where your mind is in relation to what your reality is. So guys, you're basically creating a dream here on Earth, okay? I know that in my life, and even as a Feng Shui consultant, it doesn't even matter, as a person, because a person within me comes first, and then my title. That's always how it's going to be, right? The person within me wants to create heaven on earth, okay? But you can only create heaven on earth when starting with you, right? Like, you're the man in the mirror by Michael Jackson, that song. It's like you have to start with looking at what you don't feel good about in the mirror in the morning, and then either do what you got to do, like pray, or and sometimes, okay, so sometimes when we think about emotions, we get a little scared, like, oh, I might have to I might have to look a certain way in front of people in order to put a boundary down, right? And it's like, okay, that's cool, that's a real emotion, don't dismiss that, but now you have to turn it around and you have to pray about that, okay? So because what you're doing is you're actually fearing that you won't be courageous enough to take that leap, you know what I'm saying, to take care of yourself, but you want to do it if it comes to you so strongly in terms of your instinct. So just make sure, because I'm scared too a lot of the times. Don't get it twisted. I can like talk and talk and talk, but I get scared too, and I get scared a lot. Like but the whole thing is I always choose, because I'm human too, and there's, we have those sides to us, right? With both sides. But the whole thing is we get to choose to be in love. And so in order to be in love with my life, I need to stand in my own love all the time. I always say that, guys. So just make sure, and I always do that. It's not that I'm not doing that. I'm literally doing that so that I can actually have the strength to give you guys and give over to whoever I work with, or I ever hang with, or whatever the case may be. So the whole thing is you pray about it, and I'm in constant prayer, like constant. And again, we're in November, which is the 11th month, and that is extreme connection. So when you're feeling instinctually or intuitively what you need to do for yourself, you better just fucking go through with it and do it. Don't wait until you get some sort of logic reasoning behind it, because it is not. You are connected this month, like extremely, and like more so than ever. And you're starting anew, I feel, after, coming out of October. So it's like, do things that are more in alignment with your self-care so that you can literally make heaven on earth for you, right? Because it really is all about, what does your soul need? It's not about, we've all been taught this. I've been through so fucking much in terms of like enlightenment growth, okay, on this earth, and like learning and all this stuff and throwing it out and sifting, and I do it on an energetic and learning and life level, right? So it's not only physical, it's like energetically, like I'm doing this all the time. And so the whole thing is, you have to understand that is a truth, that you come first now, okay? And I pray that you guys understand that, even just by me saying that, so you don't have to like kind of like, oh, let's see if Tina's right about this. No, I'm telling you that is fucking accurate. And I'm telling you because you need to understand that right now, so that you don't have to go through any of the shit that I went through, okay? So Yes, I'm giving you permission. Start being fucking selfish because it may. And if somebody comes out of their face telling you that you're being selfish, that's how you know you're doing the right fucking thing for yourself. And you turn around and you just say thank you, and I actually am saying that with my heart because my heart is just going. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly. You just say thank you. You're on the right path. That is your validation. Okay, so you have to really just make sure that you're taking these precautionary. Is it precautionary even? I mean, yeah, it is precautionary because it's like you're caring about your safety in terms of like, how you want to live this life, in terms of feeling safe, not safety. You're always safe, okay? Especially when you're listening to your, instincts and your intuition. Both, like, they're one and the same. So just basically know that is what's going on in your real life, real relationship world this week. Okay, there was a lot. I mean, I told you I love that fucking category. So you're going to hear a lot extra stuff on that for sure. I love it. Okay, so we're moving on to the next. Okay. Ooh, excitement. All right. So this is the business aspect of life. And again, this is beautiful. 26, number 26. Okay, remaining 25 seconds, guys, on Instagram. I may or may not come back. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So this is happening. Just so you know. How do I? Should I end it now? No. Okay, keep going. All right. Do I go back on here afterwards? All right. So guys, I'm switching over to YouTube. That's what I'm getting. So once it ends, it ends. Mwah. Thank you, Instagram, so much. You can also join me live so that you can comment. Okay, so, all right, I don't know if you guys picked that up on Instagram, but thank you guys for viewing me on Instagram. What was I going to say? For those that have, and I know that you can actually also comment on here is what I wanted to say to the Instagram peeps, but I think it's fucking whatever. I think it was like I missed out on telling them that I think that they can like chat it up here too. And I promise to get better, like once I kind of get into the swing of things, like I'll get better on reading your comments and stuff, and having it be more interactive. And I actually appreciate that it's interactive as is. Because, yeah, like, I want to be able to kind of answer your questions. It's just that sometimes I just can't do the back and forth. Like, I'm not good at, like, if I'm doing one thing, I have to do it focused, like, with pure concentration. And I can't go on the back and forth. So, but I appreciate, like, legitimately, I appreciate your commentary. And I will look at them afterwards if that's possible, which I believe it is. So I'm going to just... I'm just going to, try to do that. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at my face on Instagram. My frozen face is like, yee, like so happy that everybody was on there. So again, thank you guys. And gratitude. Oh, that's funny. So for your business, okay, so for the aspect of business, the number 26 comes up, and that is gratitude. Gratitude. If you want to turn your life around, try thankfulness. It will change your life mightily. Gerald Good. Now, what I'm getting here is very interesting. So, like when I was telling you, like this person, you might... So sorry, guys. Like, I literally had ginger ale before. I love ginger ale, and it just makes me burp. I haven't had it in a long time, and it just... But I feel like I burp a lot, even during these videos, so maybe it's when I do a lot of talking. What the fuck? That's weird. I have you plugged in and it's a low battery. No! Okay, so anyhow, I'm gonna try to get through this. Hopefully it doesn't cut out. And if it cuts out, it fucking cuts out. I'm not gonna, I won't go back into it. But so what's going on? All right, so basically it's very interesting. This person that you might have been iffy about, this person that you might have been iffy about, this is what I want to tell you also. When it comes down to the commentary, don't think I'm ignoring you either, because again, I can't do two things at once, but also just know that if I'm meant to see your comment, I will actually look, Spirit will have me look at it and read the comments. Like, so things are done just out of flow. It's not out of, like, I don't think about these things. Do you get what I'm saying? I just kind of, like, get pushed to do whatever needs to be done in that certain moment. Just like, it's funny because I was just thinking about like how funny it is that I caught the Instagram, like, oh, remaining 5 seconds or whatever, because I've never seen that before. But it's like Spirit was like, yo, you're gonna, like, zone out in a second, and it's like, oh shit. So I would have never known that if Spirit didn't tell me, right? So it just kind of, or it didn't show me. So that's how you know, just how you, this is just like an extra explanatoriness of, like, how things work, right? Intuitively and instinctually and all that good jazz. So, okay, so this person that you were kind of iffy about, and you're like, you don't know if, you don't know whether it's an idea or a person, right? Because again, I was saying, like, it's like a carrot that needs to be, like, like, kind of, what is it, plucked from the ground, like, is one of those things, right? However you see fit. But for me right now, it's very interesting. It's like, whatever, if you are in confusion with not knowing what to do about a certain person. What the fuck is this? Hold on 1 second, 18. And 18, listen to me. Ah! Oh fuck, I forgot that you guys aren't. I forgot that you guys aren't stabilized back there. Backing your ass up right now. Hold on 1 second. Ah! Sorry, I have to curse because I have to get my stress out. Son of a... Oh my god. Do I bring you down here now? Yeah! Oh, I could have done that. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna just bring you down here. You might just be, like, literally way down here. But I could talk to you like this, too. Oh, that works. Okay, cool. Hey! I could probably do this in the future. Good to know. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? So, long story short, yeah, that's just how spirit works, and it's a beautiful thing. So, when it comes down to this person that you actually don't know of, I'm gonna try to look into the camera. Even though the camera, I'm not gonna lie, I probably don't look at the camera because it's fucking boring over there. It's like, there's nothing going on. I don't see a light, I don't see a blinking, I don't see, like, it's just, like, black. I'm, like, looking into black space right now. Oh my god. Anyhow, so, long story short, when it comes down to this person that you might not know, in regards to, like, you might not know what to do about this person, you're kind of like, yes and no about it, just make sure that you kind of, just send gratitude their way. Just bless them with the gratitude that's needed. And, also what I'm getting is, now that I'm looking at this card and seeing this card wholesomely, maybe this is a person that comes out of the shadow, in terms of you had no idea that this person was going to fucking come and save the day, that now you're so you're full-blown gratitude. Like, this person is, like, has been fucking incognito in your life, in your business life, and you're just like, yo, I didn't realize that you, or anybody for that matter, is going to be saving my day, or my business, or whatever, you know what it is? It's like, like that angel that comes out of the blue. It's like, that's who this person could be. Like, even if they're in a fucking, trench coat and shit, like, it's not a bad thing, so yeah, so somebody can just, like, come out of the blue and just literally help you out on that scale. So yeah, so whether or not you know this person, you don't know this person, he's shady or he's not shady, just know that you're basically going to give somebody when it comes to business. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, fuck. Okay, whatever. It's okay. So, long story short, just know that you're going to literally sorry, I just had to double check something, and I was fucking right, and I was like, son of a bitch, I wish I wasn't right. And it doesn't matter. So, like, oh shit, I just have to laugh to myself. Sorry, guys. So, long story short, yeah, just send gratitude. And here's the gratitude part. And gratitude needs to be covered throughout. So I'm glad that this is coming up today, because gratitude needs to be there the entire month this month. And I'm like, entire month this year, that too. You know what I'm saying? Even though that doesn't make sense. Ooh, what I'm getting is illusions. So yeah, so the first interpretation is probably true, where you might think this person is fucking shady or you don't know who the fuck this person is, but yet they come and they fucking help you out business wise, and you're just like, oh my god, this was like an illusion that I had about this person, and yet they're here to save the day. Totally makes sense. So, um, it says if you want to turn your life for okay, already read that. Did I read that? Yeah, I think I did, but I'll read it again. If you want to turn your life around, try thankfulness. It will change your life mightily. And that's by Gerald Good. Gratitude is a powerful kindness energy when expressed outwardly by giving thanks for the richness brought to you by the other people, their services and contribution. Your gratitude builds a feeling of kinship that breaks down all illusions of separatedness. Wow. I will be the fucking leader of gratitude. I love gratitude so much. That shit is a fucking game changer in yourself. It's a transformer. It's a lighter upper. It's a lover upper. I mean, it is fucking huge. So make sure that you are yang about your gratitude like this month. So you might have this might even be within you guys. I'm thinking like if you have a shitty area of yourself that you may not even like in terms of you like being this a certain different type of person at business or in business or at your job, you may just send it gratitude and that will fucking shift. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, I'm very happy for I'm sorry I didn't go over the days of the week that it would be, but listen, let's just keep it fucking real general. It is a general reading. We're going to keep it way general and just let life play out for you. It's going to be a beautiful week because it's all about fresh starts, fresh new beginnings. And it's just beautiful. So definitely, like, if you want, go on my Illuminated Muse page on Facebook. Oh my god, it's 1/11/22. Yes! Oh my god, I love it. Thank you, A-Team, for showing me that. So if you want to, I love hearing about experiences. So if you'd like, do yourself a favor. I mean, literally, my Illuminated Muse page, I just want to let you know, is basically for myself to express myself to just me, myself, and I, and then the world who wants to see basically my perspective on things. But also, I want to create a safe space, even though it's public. I want you to pretend as if it's not public. And really express yourself. I mean, don't do it in a fucking crazy way, because really no one needs to hear you're crazy. I need you to do it in a very thought out, balanced way, because I do the same thing when I actually write for myself and for others, right? So it's like, and it's nothing that I'm trying to even hide, because then I wouldn't be posting, right? But the whole thing is, there's a way that you can literally write your emotions in a beautiful light-filled way where it's like you're expressing your heart and your anger and all that bullshit, but you're not holding back in a sense, right? But you are basically honoring your emotions by just writing them out. Like, you're not ignoring them. You're just kind of like, okay, here's what it is. Like, I'm feeling this way. So it's like, listen, we're all, as humans, we all share the same fucking same emotions. And it's like, so if you need that emotional support, whether or not I respond back to you or not, because I'm not that good at it, just know that that is a place that really no one knows about yet, or we'll just, whatever, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's like, the whole thing is, I was just gonna say, like, trying to make you feel comfortable. Don't feel comfortable anymore about your emotions. Feel uncomfortable about your emotions. Put it that way. Allow yourself to feel the uncomfortable emotions and allow yourself to write about them, because that is going to fucking help you just purge. And, and I'm just putting out there that my energy, whether or not it responds back to you, will help you, transform those energies in terms of just having that space be a safe space to kind of write in and not be judged. And if I do see anybody fucking judging in that space of like, whatever the fuck, like, if you're not uplifting in that space, you're gonna be fucking, like, told off, because when it comes to me or it comes to somebody else's emotions, like those things need to be protected because the whole thing is it's like they're not lying, okay? They're not lying. Like there's emotions don't lie, emotions are real. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, like I'm real gangster about like feel your emotions, don't get crazy about it, be more well balanced and well thought out. Because then you turn into drama, and I'm not about that life. Like I need it to be a little bit more clean than that, right? So because again, people think that drama is going to solve a fucking problem. It doesn't solve any fucking problem. It just is purely fucking annoying, and I cannot have that anywhere. So that's basically how we're gonna do life on my page. Okay, so feel free to just write, what's going on, or like how, like lightheartedly, like take everything lightheartedly in a sense of feel your feelings, write about it in a lighthearted way. Would love to like, see how you feel and what you go through, and, describe it in really in detail if you want, because I really love reading, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and it's just a way for you to fucking purge. Don't hold on to stupid shit. I mean, I'm saying your emotions aren't stupid, but it would be stupid to hold on to that fucking emotion when your life needs to keep on moving forward, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, your emotions aren't stupid. Stupidity would be to hold on to the emotions and not do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? So use that as a space where, pretend like you're talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Or even if there's a way, leave me a video. I don't know if you can do that, but leave me a video in terms of, that would be awesome. Oh my God, I just like picture that. If you guys could like just leave me videos on like how you're feeling every day and like what you're like, like what you've gone through or stuff that pisses you off, or, how you would like to create justice, what you would like to see out of it. Like, I love sharing that type of idea. So if I can see like a whole bunch of fucking, videos of people's faces, just like, telling me about their, emotional, what they're in need of emotional support for, I'm so with you on that. Like, I just would love to fucking hear all about it. I'm so about the emotions. I think it's important. It's really important. And the funny thing is, like, once you literally declutter all of those emotions within yourself, you actually feel a lot better. You feel a lot like more cleaner from the inside out, and you're able to spread your light a lot more and leave the fucking baggage behind, right? So just let yourself truly be free and feeling free, right? So that's basically what it is. So just let it all go on the page. Let it all fucking hang out. I mean, that is not a judgmental page whatsoever, because I know myself, I am not a judgmental person. I don't attract those types of people. I mean, listen, I judge out of like fucking hilariousness, like whatever, we all do, right? But the whole thing is, I don't hold on to those judgments. Like, I am so open-minded to be like, yo, prove me the fuck wrong. And I'd be so happy to know about it. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I love you guys. Enjoy your Thursday. I'll be back next Thursday. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do videos like maybe both Mondays and Thursdays, but Thursdays for sure. And yeah, and we'll see how this all goes down. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I love you all so very much. And thank you for your contributions, and thank you just in advance for this entire month ahead. I love you. Mwah. Talk to you soon.